All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for being on this call. It is Monday morning here at Health Plan Markets, November 20th, 9:02 a.m. Thanks again for being on this call. We are here to improve the lives of our community with affordable healthcare. Thank you for being a part of that mission. Thank you for being on here early and often so we can get the best information fast and accurate. As a reminder, it is a short week this week, so we're going to speed through a couple of things. Not a lot of trainings going on, but I am going to share the training calendar. And as we go through open enrollment, for both Medicare and ACA. Keep in mind, I know that you guys are busy, so if you have to miss one of these calls, they are being recorded on YouTube. You can go out there and check out the calls throughout the week. And if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe so you get notified when we drop a new call in, which is usually Tuesdays or Wednesdays, so you can get caught up. But those that are joining live are getting the information before everyone else. So I appreciate that. And we will keep it rocking. All right, so today, let's go through the training calendar. Again, it's a short week. It is a holiday week, so we expect things to be a little bit slower, especially on the training. This morning, United Healthcare is doing their virtual office hours, so you can check that out if you need some help. They're open until 10 o'clock. Later today at 11, Humana is doing a new Age Advantage training. This is their portal system. So if you need a refresher or if you're new to Humana, you can go in to this training and they will show you how to use your portal system. Moving over to Tuesday, the 21st, Devoted is doing an open training session. You can jump on that one. If you need a refresher or if you need, if you have any questions or if you're new to Devoted, you can jump into that training at 11 tomorrow. Also tomorrow at 1 o'clock, United Healthcare is going over their UCard experience. Remember, they merged all their cards into one member ID card, but it also has the other benefits where they can access their OTC, their healthy foods benefits, and all that good stuff. So if you're unfamiliar with that, it might be a good training for you for United Healthcare tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And then lastly is Cigna's doing their virtual office sessions at 11 o'clock on Wednesday. We are closing early on Wednesday at in the afternoon. On Wednesday, we will be closed for the Thanksgiving holiday. We will be closed Thursday, and we will be closed Friday. So as a reminder, if you're processing applications, if it's an e-app, no problem. It gets processed that day at midnight. It's sent directly to the carrier. You're done. You can kick your feet up. You can go have some turkey. Okay. If you're doing paper applications, it will be your responsibility to process those paper applications. If you're using any other means of enrollment outside of HPM Shop, it is going to be your responsibility to process those applications. And unfortunately, CMS doesn't care that it's a holiday. If it's Thanksgiving, if you wrote an app 6 p.m. on Wednesday, it's a paper app. It's your responsibility to get it over to the carrier within the allotted time that the carrier has given you to turn in those applications. Now, remember, if you're using HPM Shop, you don't have to worry about it. You process the application. It is processed that moment and sent over to the carrier. So again, you can kick up your feet on that. Okay, same thing with HRAs. Remember that the countdown begins, even though there's a holiday in between. This is going to be a very, very long weekend. I do hope that everyone gets some rest, of course, but remember, it is a short week. I know people are traveling, but let's stay on target and make sure that we have a successful, strong Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so you can have a very nice long weekend for the holidays. So that is the training for the week. Remember, guys, keep one foot in the classroom and the other one in the field at all times. Moving over to the contest, I want to remind everyone that we do have the AEP contest, and we have some folks that are absolutely killing it. So again, congratulations to some new folks that have been added to the top of the list. So far, remember, these are preliminary points, but it's looking good for Riz Khan. Congratulations. Felisa Davis Holmes, congratulations. Liz Caballero, I think you're new on the board there. Mark Oster. Lana, congratulations. We've got our own Victor and Mary Bornachetta and Leo Benetti, as well as Louis Arani. Congratulations to you folks on preliminarily hitting the 60 mark in order to go on our cruise on May 11th, 2024. It is a Caribbean cruise. Remember, it's a 5-day, 6-night. We just need 60 points and you get on the boat. There it is. Now, remember, these are preliminary points, which means that you may have a chargeback, a plan changes don't count, and cancellations do happen. So if you're at 60 points, you might want to get up to 70, maybe even 80 points to ensure that you're on the boat. Remember, we're going to go through the preliminary points and get those validated on or around February 27th. So you'll know well ahead of time. But if you're in the range there, remember to lock in your calendar date on May 11th, and we want to ensure that everyone is welcome on the boat. Also, if you don't have quite enough points, don't worry, you are still welcome to come. We're going to have a very nice group discount available. So if you're interested, regardless, on the cruise, just reach out to a team member, or you can email us at support@askhpm.com, and we'll lock your name in there to make sure that you get the invite, okay? Lastly, just jumping back over to the training calendar really quick, I do want to remind everybody that November 30th is the deadline for recertifications. Okay, November 30th is the deadline for recertifications. What does that mean? If you haven't recertified with your carriers, or one of your carriers, or any of your carriers, November 30th is the deadline. And what happens on November 30th is up to the carrier. But here's typically what happens. You're either suspended from selling that carrier because you're not certified to sell that carrier after November 30th. Because remember, December 1st is officially the end of 2023 selling season. And it is the first day of 2024 selling season outside of open enrollment, of course. And so if you're not certified or recertified by November 30th, you most likely will be suspended and or terminated. Now, if you are terminated from a carrier for not recertifying, you are welcome to come back to recertify for that carrier, but you're probably going to have to do a new contract, start all over again, and you will lose your residuals. You will lose your commissions. You will lose your renewals. And we don't want that to happen. Okay. Now, I've heard from some agents that say, oh, well, I only have, 2 sales with that company. I'm just going to let it go. Well, I want to put this in perspective for you. Okay. For Medicare, your renewals is about $300 per person per year. Okay. $300 per person per year for 2023 rates, 2024 rates. And let's say you got 2 of those people. That's $600 for the year that you will lose because you didn't recertify. And most recertification tests are about an hour. Let's say even at most 2 hours to get recertified. And in that situation, you're going to lose $600 for not taking a 2-hour recertification course, $300 an hour in recertification. In my opinion, I would do it. That's me. Don't let easy money go. Recertifying, even if you have just a few people on the books, can add a couple $100 back into your check next year. If you let it go, you got to go out and find more clients, and hopefully you can grab those clients back if you just let that recertification go. Okay. But this is your warning. November 30th is the deadline. I know contracting team is reaching out to some folks that haven't recertified yet. Please make sure that you recertify. I don't want you guys to lose out on money. And it definitely will impact your clients as well, because if you come off the books, if they call you, you can't help them. You've got to refer them back to the company because you are not contracted to offer that particular plan. Okay. So take a look at your recertifications. If you have any doubts at all about your certifications, you can send an email over to contracting@askhpm.com, and we can double check, triple check, quadruple check to see if you're good to go. Okay. But you should hear that as well. Okay. So as we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks, the LEAD program is still available for a strong close for Medicare. Remember, guys, we're doing some advertising online. We're having some success. We're seeing a really great impact on some leads coming in, not just in Florida, but in other places such as Georgia and the Carolinas. So again, if you're interested in participating in the LEAD program, this is a a paid program. We are doing exclusive leads. We set you up with some artificial intelligence that helps you follow up on these leads and really take advantage and have a strong close. So again, all the information is on our lead program page. Again, I'm going to put that in the chat, but if you have any questions on that, you know how to reach us, and we're happy to get you set up on the lead program. We're seeing some great success. Congratulations to those folks that are seeing some success on the program so far. Again, these are exclusive leads. The AI is going to help you work those leads, and then we offer a couple of different blocks depending on what your budget is to get you going on these particular leads. So I do know that we have some overflow available. So if you are interested, please reach out to us so we can help you get set up. Okay. I am going to talk quickly about events. And because I'm seeing that the top producers, the ones that are really doing well and the ones that are set up to have success now and through the rest of the year, are really crushing it at events. They are doing events, they're finding events, they're getting set up with events. And I want to show you, again, a reminder of what you can do to find some events in your community, because we are going to go really strong in 2024 with community events, and we want you to be a part of that. So on your own accord, though, you can create a strategy on your events, and I want to show you very, very quickly on how you can do that from your platform on Spark. So you'd go over down to Business Tools on the bottom right, and you'll see Prospecting Maps. It'll pull up this page here, and you can click Access Existing Maps here. Now, if you don't see a map, you can send them an email, and they'll help you set up a map. But you'll see this spreadsheet here, and you can scroll on down to the area that you're serving. So, for instance, I was looking at Orange County here, so you can click the map, and it will open up a customized map that we've made for you in the Orlando area. And it's got things like food banks and soup kitchens, doctor's offices, primary care locations, pharmacies, senior facilities, chambers of commerce, libraries, churches, rehab centers, and veteran organizations, just to kind of give you a big head start. So you can drop that down and you can find specific food pantries. So this one's the Haven of Hope food pantry here, and that's over on West Colonial Drive. So you can quickly see their website, their phone numbers right here. You can give them a call, and then kind of go from there as far as setting up an event. Finding out if they've got any existing events is really key. That's going to be huge for you. And I know that we can get support for you on these events, whether you need tents, tablecloths, giveaways, or if there's a cost to these events, please bring it to us, because we want to make sure that, you know, we can get in there if it makes sense for everybody. And I do know that there are certain carriers like WellCare that will help you support some of those events to get you going on that. Okay. So with that, there's my lead in for my man, Joey Anselmo, our special guest from WellCare. And he is here to give you the up and up on what's going on at WellCare. Good morning, Joey. How are you, buddy?
Hey, good. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for having me today. Happy WellCare Monday. And, man, I appreciate the invite. Events, any event you want to do, guys, we are all in on events. So please feel free to ask. No, we're not going to give away any turkeys, but we'll give you 1.5 million pies if you need pies. So, hey, Scott. What's happening, everybody? I'm so happy to be here. But yeah, again, with the events, Justin, you know, we're all about it. So lots of time, lots of opportunities out there. So, and people are out and about. So let's do this, man. The weather's beautiful and people are getting out there. So other than last week's rain, but anyway, we are doing well at events also. So, just wanted to give you some quick updates on WellCare, value props, what's selling, all those kinds of things. If you allow me to share a screen, I can do that. Got a couple of new additions to my, thank you. I got a couple of new additions to the team. Janaris Ramos is working over on the west side with Gus and Ted. And Joe Scazafava is working over in the my guy, right? So he's working over on Port St. Lucie, Martin area, Palm Beach area. So Joe's a guy from Care Plus. He used to work the Brevard Indian River area, and he lives in Lucy now, so he's going to be taking care of that area. And Jose is going to be handling Broward and Miami-Dade. Glenda and Ted, I'm not sure if you know, but they're kind of the national account executives now, and so not that they don't participate in local stuff because it's impossible because most all people are under some sort of national account, but are available. But once in a while they do travel because they do have multi-state responsibilities. But for the most part, Glenda and Ted are around anyway. But myself, Danny, Maria here, Sharon's up in Jacksonville, Julie's up in the Panhandle, and so I'm still here 16 years later, huffing and puffing it out with WellCare Health Plans, man. God bless America. So a couple of value props I want to talk to you guys about today. First of all, our dental programs continue to be extremely strong, and with all of our plans, with their routine, with their preventive care, there is no preventive care maximum. They can have as much preventive care as they need during the year, and it will not count towards their annual out-of-pocket expenses. And I think that's a big plus on the dental. Now, with the Liberty plan, there's no max allowance, and so that means they'll never run out of dollars for dental services, but there are limitations on certain services. So 2 implants, 2 crowns, 2 bridges, 8 cavities, 8 to 6 extractions, something to that effect like that, right? And so on the Liberty plan, that's, that really bolsters up the Liberty plan. No, we don't have the largest card in America for the spendables, but when you combine the Liberty and the network and everything else, I think it's a huge value prop for us. So we are promoting that. And the Liberty plan is what's selling mostly. I don't know what I just did. Somehow I intermingled screens. Now I see everybody but my screen.
Oh, okay. Well, we still got your dental slides up.
Okay. So hit that button.
Well, while you're doing that, and maybe just close and reopen, but I do want to talk about the dental really quick from our perspective and what I've seen out there. The Liberty network that Joey's talking about, as well as the plan, I've noticed that Sage Dental plays really well with the WellCare patients. So if you're having issues with a member that's not, getting the services that they need on the dental side, I have seen and heard really great results from Sage with the WellCare membership. So just wanted to kick that up. And Joey, you're back on. You're good.
And Sage is really, really good at billing, and they're not afraid to overbill. And sometimes we have to go back to them and say, hey, man, what about a little bit more documentation for these procedures here that you're trying to rack up? So, yeah, they are very pro WellCare on that. So pretty cool with Sage. Good call out, Justin. So see if I can switch to that. Back to window. Give me my window. God, I can mess this up so bad. All right, let's stop on that.
So
on the that are, go ahead.
Yeah,
sir.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You're good. You got it.
So the plans that are selling really well right now, ladies and gentlemen, are the WellCare No Premium plan, and that one is really a banging plan. Obviously, we're not in the give back space this year, but we are seeing lots and lots of plan transfers from the give back plan to the no premium plan, which I think is exceptional, and it speaks to what the people are on the plan for. And again, that's additional benefits, and that's network, right? And so I feel that this is, almost half of my sales right now are plan transfers, which is absolutely craziness. But that being said, the WellCare no premium is amazing. At first glance, you might say, well, it's really not competitive because it has a $75 hospital copay. Listen, I get that. However, the other plans have $5,000 worth of dental, right? So the other plans have the specialist network and the network that WellCare has, and the ability to choose doctors anywhere really in the state, because we're contiguous all over the state of Florida, so they can go anywhere and use the plan and choose a PCP and in West Palm Beach if they want. It doesn't matter, right? And so those are some really, really key points about the WellCare no premium plan. 0 PCP, 0 specialist, $75 hospital, $5,000 in dental, and then all these other benefits that you're seeing right here. So really stoked about that plan, and really want to make sure that you know that this is exactly what's selling. And so the share got minimized. How do I maximize the share? Tell me.
Yeah, probably.
Help.
I wish I could. You could always close the share and then reopen it. But on that note, while you're doing that, yeah, it's still doing that. Sorry. While you're doing that though, because I did want to point out on the no premium, WellCare has really built an amazing network, huge network, probably one of the largest networks in Florida. And I know you're bumping into these give back members, and if they are accessing doctors, you're going to have a real tough time switching them to another carrier that has the same network. And that's what I've seen and what I've noticed too. So, do what's right for your members. Don't be changing their doctors around, because it's the same network on the no premium that it is on the give back plan. And now you're actually saving them some bucks on the specialist. So if they're seeing quite a few specialists or going to the specialist more often, that could be wiping out their give back anyway.
Absolutely. And it's amazing that the plan changes that I'm seeing is just really, really big. So again, it's definitely working for us. Let me get this shared application was minimized.
I got you
So
good
the
on
other plan. The other plan that is selling is the Liberty plan, right? And so on the Liberty plan, you are going to not have the biggest card. I get that. It's $180 a month. It's $2160 a year, and so a lot of folks are selling it with the yearly amount. They're doing a really good job by selling it with the yearly amount. But again, it's that dental program with the no max allowance, which gives them a couple of implants. Understand that other plans have unlimited dental, but there's no implants involved, and that's really what the selling point for us has been over the past 3 years since we introduced it. And so no max allowance, they can use dental services all year long, and it is just going to be with the network and the formulary. What you're also going to see with WellCare is the formulary is extremely strong. Not only do we have outside of the Liberty plan, but also on the no premium plan. Not only do we have the drugs on the formulary, but the tier levels are going to be lower, right? But with the Liberty plan, all the tiers are zero anyway. So really, really strong formulary, really, really strong network, and you combine that with the dental and the vision and the hearing and the $2,100 worth of spendables, and you got an all-around full plan that people are signing up for. So, we're trending already 75% of goal. So, these are the plans that are the top sellers. It's the no premium HMO, and it is the Liberty plan. And for anybody who has star rating things in their mind, we are not a 2.5 star, we're a 3.5 star plan for next year. And so that myth that was going around prior to the stars coming out is false. The 3.5 star plan for the HMO plan, 1032, and 3 stars on the PPO plan. And so, these are the things, that people started rumors. Other carriers, by the way, started these rumors not 2.5, 3.5 stars. Improvement made year over year, more improvements to come. So it's just a minor setback for, revenue for us. And this is not the new WellCare. This is WellCare reorganizing and getting our bones together to move forward. So we have the support of Sarah London, our CEO. I don't know if you've met her or seen her, but she's an amazing leader. And we've got some pretty awesome leadership all around with Centene to, really dig deep into the Medicare space. We're already number one in Medicaid. We're already number one in ACA, right? With the premium that you see on our PDP plan, we will be number one in PDP by January 1, 2024. And so that is going to just continue to launch us into the atmosphere. Now, back to the Liberty plan very quickly. What you're going to see when you do a WellCare Liberty plan or any D-SNP plan for that fact is you're going to get $225 HRA. Mm-hmm. $225 HRA. You do 10 dual plans, $2,200 right in your pocket, right? For the core plans, for the no premium, it's $75 on the HRA there. But the HRA has to be done through the Ascend platform, or if you're using Sunfire, it also takes it through Sunfire. But it will pay $225, and those payments have already started going out, by the way. So if you need some cash, knock out the Liberty plan or the all dual plan and the reserve plan, and even the PPO if you're in a rural area, and you'll get $225 HRA on that, and that pays as is approved by CMS. So good opportunities there to earn some additional Christmas dollars prior to the January payouts. Other value props, again, the Spendables card is used for food, is used for rental assistance, utilities, pay at the pump, gasoline. And the really cool thing about the Spendables card is it rolls over, so it accumulates. If they don't use all their benefit, they don't lose it. So they have all year long to use that $2,100, and they can use it as they wish. There's no buckets within the Spendables card. You want to use it all on gas or all on rent or all on food, you can use it how you wish. And inside there is also, those dollars include the OTC and also the additional dollars for dental, vision, and hearing should they need additional cash. So the Spendables card is new for 2024. Members will receive that. They'll have to activate it. And within the Solutran network, there's lots and lots of places to use it, including Walmart and Publix, the Piggly Wiggly, if you're up in the Panhandle. I love the Piggly Wiggly. And also Southeastern Grocers, by the way, which is Winn-Dixie, which, by the way, Aldi just bought all of those, all the Winn-Dixies in the state of Florida, which I find interesting. But the transition has not occurred yet. So lots of places to use that Spendables card in person, and then they can also order online. The catalogs just came in, by the way, if you need catalogs, but I have them digitally. I sent them out to everybody pre-AEP. And so actually not post-AEP, so post-15. When I got them, I sent them out digitally to you. So anybody have any questions? I believe I've run my mouth for the allotted time.
No, you got it, man. So a couple of things I just want to point out too, and this is something that we've been talking about is commission stacking. And I want to share with you what Joey was saying, because they have the highest HRA admin fee to agents in the country with that $225. And to point out, let's say you bump into somebody that's new to Medicare, they're maybe already on Medicaid, you get them on the WellCare, let's say the Liberty plan, and that's $611, okay? Plus your HRA at $225, that puts you over $800. And then if you want to stack it even more, you can put them with one of the MSO partners that we have, like Centerwell, and you get an additional $200 there. And you're making over $1,000 on one patient on the first year, not to mention the renewals that happen as well. The only way that you break that 1,000 mark is if you're doing it with WellCare on that DSNP product or those DSNP products with that HRA. So I wanted to point that out because, there's some, CMS is coming out with, there may be some commission changes that are happening in 24. And at this moment right now, I think you got to grab it while you can. And so if you've got a Medi that's new to Medicare, you can make over $1,000 on the first sale. And Joe, you remember selling back in the day, we would wish we could make that much money on one sale. That's just nuts. But think about that. If you find 10 of those a month, like you said, that's over $10,000 in first year commissions. It's amazing. So I wanted to point that out as well. Your formulary, I think you guys are number one on CMS for, at least on the Part D side. I've seen WellCare, they're just stacking it up as far as like number one, number two, number three plans. So those are things that you don't see on the summary of benefits or in your plan comparison. And so as a reminder, guys, we use HPM Shop internally to do the applications. And if you're not taking the time to plug in your members' drugs, you could put them on the wrong plan. They're telling you, oh, I want some money back. But all in all, WellCare might turn up number one on their prescriptions, and you're actually saving them more money on that side. So keep that in mind. And then network was huge. I mean, we've been touting that since day one. The network has not changed. The benefits, on the give back plan are shrinking, obviously, but that premium plan, 0 specialist, 0 PCP, 0 premium. It's a strong sell either way. So that's my 2 cents. I don't see any questions in the chat, but if you have questions as we're talking, please do. Before I let you go, though, Joey, you are the master at sales. I've never met anybody so good at sales than Joey Anselmo, and I'm telling you, he's a closer,
Wow.
right? So one of the things that I wanted to ask you about, it's been a while since you've been feet on the street or belly to belly to a client, but from your perspective right now at WellCare, if you had to reset and go back to selling, what would you be doing right now as a sales agent? What are your thoughts?
So for me, when I was selling, I firmly planted myself in the low-income neighborhoods. I was working Midway, I was working 32805, I was working 32811, and I would firmly plant myself there. And if I had an RV, that's where I'd be parking it. In those neighborhoods, and then have whatever tchotchkes for giveaways and vegetables and fruits and I have food, right? And so they will come, and that's what I would be doing, those types of events, because once you endear yourself to the folks in those neighborhoods, the referrals just can come in and come in and come in. I'm not bilingual, so I know where I can and cannot work, right? And so that's what my thing would be community-based events, getting out there and getting those relationships built. Because once you build them, man, they're gold. They just keep coming and coming and coming. And it's consistency and persistency. A lot of folks go out there, well, I was out there 3 times and nobody came, and Dude, you gotta continue, because once they learn you're not going away, that's what they know you're going to go away. That's what they're counting on, you going away. Don't go away. Stay there and be part of the community and learn what's going on and learn what they need and try to help them with other resources and things of that nature. That's the kind of thing that makes me feel good. That's the kind of thing that helps me sleep at night, by connecting people with goodness in their life. So changing their life. That's what I like. So that's what I would be doing, is those kinds of events. And then, I'd be calling all my family members and beating them over the head. That's what I do.
That's awesome. And that's very similar to what I used to do too, with the DSNPs, and I cut my teeth on learning Medicaid and helping people and understanding the Medicaid levels, because there's not a lot of agents that would take the time to learn that stuff, because you don't get paid for knowing that stuff. You don't get paid for helping people for the Medicaid, but it's a double reward, right? You get rewarded here and then hopefully in the bank account too, which does help. And I just showed you how you can help DSNPs and make $1,000 a sale. But what Joey's saying is you got to go to them. You got to go to where they go. Where do they eat? Where do they sleep? Where do they play? Where do they pray? All the places that they go to and set up shop. and continue to go. You can't just, like Joey says, you can't just go one time. You got to continue to be there. Another weapon that we have today that we didn't have back in the day is those spend cards, Joey. Like that's just, those spend cards are just nuts on the healthy food benefits, on the utilities, the cash. I mean, if we had that, we'd probably, I don't know, we might be on an island somewhere if we had that back in the day. But those are some weapons that I think, you know, and thank you for bringing that up. That's amazing. I know we're over time, and I know you're a busy man. So Joey, thank you very, very much for your time and the details on WellCare today. We really appreciate it. What I'll do, guys, if you don't have Joey's contact information, you can reach out to us at 844-696-3975. Or shoot us an email at support@askhpm.com, and I can connect you with Joey if you don't already have his email. He does send emails. He's one of the few directors that send emails in this business, and I do really appreciate that. So thank you, Joey. As always, we really appreciate your time.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you, man. Anything you can do between now and the end of the year, we're so grateful. I have gratitude just for being here this morning. And listen, you need something, you want to help with events, you just call out, reach out to the team. We got Maria, we got Danny, we got Glenda, myself. Please, we're always available. And if you don't have my information, shame on you, because I've been around too long. Anyway, appreciate the time, Justin. Have yourselves a great rest of the week. And looking forward to a very, very strong close.
Outstanding. Thank you, Joey. And thank you, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. Have a great week. Make sure that you close it out strong on Wednesday, because it's Wednesday WellCare. There you go. All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you next week. Have a fantastic